Stefan Puskas here. We have a project today on my Kia 2010. The blower inside the car stopped working for some days ago. That's no wonder so much trouble, because this car has been going like 405,000 kilometers. So as you can see, the fan is maximum, but nothing is happening. So we have to troubleshoot this. So let's see what's the problem. So first I localized where the fuse is in the master fuse box, and I identified that the blower is 40 amps fuse, and I think it's one of these. This one here is also fuse. This one here. So I count like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it looks like it's not broken. So I have to take out the the blower here and try to troubleshoot the resistor, fan resistor. So we'll see. So I took off the cover here, and inside this box here, in here is the fan motor, and I think the resistor also. We'll see. So I took out the cover here. As you can see, here is the fan motor, and I think the resistor is up in here because it's inside the pipe to the air going into the car. So let's take out the fan motor and see what's wrong. Make an ohm measurement. So I took out the motor, the blower. It spins okay, so there's no bearing, I hope. And now we shall take a measurement here, and also the connection, see if there is any power coming out. So we'll see. So I connected my ohm meter to see if the motor is broken or something. So here is the ohm meter, and I made a older reparation, or I made an older repair here because I had some bad connections here, so I soldered this. So when I press on my old repair here, you see that the ohm is fluctuating. So as you can see, the resistance is fluctuating. So perhaps the solder here, I need to take it out. So this, now we're gonna reconnect it and put it inside the key, and we'll try to see if there's a faulty connection here. Perhaps then the blower will start up by itself so we'll see. So I couldn't get the blow to go, so we I put the tester inside there. So we'll see if the power is now measuring volts, DC volts. Nothing is happening. I don't know if it's correct. Measuring inside the socket, and there's 10 volts. And I decrease the fan speed inside the car, and you see the voltage goes down, and when I increase, the voltage goes up. So 10 volts down to 8-9 volts, I don't know. So the power in the car is still working, so the trouble is in the fan, in the blower. So it's the blower. Something with the blower. Probably this soldering here. So we'll see. Otherwise, I don't know. Okay, so I am measuring ohm with ohm. Measuring here the fan motor, so it's not looking good. When I move, here's a little click here on the motor. And the ohm reading is not good at all. So I think the connection inside here is bad. So, if somebody puts something together, you can always disassemble it. So I managed to pull out the motor, and I see inside there that there are carbon connections inside, so probably the carbon is worn out inside the motor. I don't know if you can see that, but the carbon is not, it's irregular. You see, some is shiny, some is not shiny. Almost certain that that's the problem. There's no connection between the cables here and the carbon connections inside. So we'll see if you can take off this rear end here and see if we can do something about it. Yeah, pretty cool. So I managed to take off the rear cover here on the motor, as I knew. Here is this is the carbon connections, and the carbon is connected to this area here to make a connection to the windings inside. So these springs are pressing the carbon against this. So we'll try to get some life out of this, 1 year, perhaps more. So I will solder these connections here, because they are going to the connections here. So there will be a better connection if I solder. I solder them. So we'll see. Okay, so I put a little mutter. Vad kallas det för? Mutter. I don't know what it's called. Inside there. So when I put in the spring, then the entire area inside is a little bit smaller, so the spring gets a little more force to push the carbon connector against the stator inside. So we'll see. I'm gonna solder this now and we'll see how it goes. So I soldered these connections here, and now I put back in the springs and the carbon connections. As you can see, there's the motor on both sides, so it gives the spring extra press. So now I have to somehow get it in on the stator again. This will be probably very tricky. I had to take out the starter, and I need to clean this up here on the end. You see there's a black residue here from the carbon, so this gives bad connection. So I put the carbon sticks like this, so it holds in position. So I clean this up and then we'll put everything back together. Let's see if it works. I'm pretty sure it will work. So before I put everything back together, the end cap, let's take an ohm measurement. One, you can see it's stable ohm now, almost 2 ohms. And I turn the motor a little bit around. It's every stator winding like this. You see when it's still, it's about 2 ohms all the time. So that means that every connection I've cleaned up and the carbon is pressing on regularly. So that winding was a little bit high perhaps. So when you turn the motor, you see the ohms changes because you produce current with this motor, because there is a it works backwards, Ohm's law. Well, I'll put everything back together and we'll see if it works. So I connected it back in. As you can see, the motor is rotating. It's on the lowest speed, so when I speed up, perfect. Looks like it works. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Let's put everything back together again. So now the engine is working and it blows. Hallelujah. It blows and it's cool also. Pretty cool. Huh? You just saved me some money here. So let's put back. Thanks for watching. Till next time. Bye bye.